The Chicago Bears have made a number of free agent acquisitions and trade acquisitions over the last couple of weeks. On today's episode, me and C-Dub are going to discuss which of the Bears' newest acquisitions so far are going to make the biggest impact in 2025. We're going to get into all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got C-Dub, myself, Haize. We in the building today. Very simple one, Dub. When you look at the acquisitions that the Chicago Bears have made, they've made trades for Jonah Jackson, Joe Thuney. They signed free agents Drew Dahlman, Olamide, Dayo Odingbo. They brought in a number of people here so far this season that can make a huge impact on the Chicago Bears. Not to forget Grady Jarrett. I don't want to overlook him. Who do you think makes the biggest impact for the Chicago Bears in 2025?
Wow, and congratulations to Ron Pose on trying to address the issues that we had on this football team, and I think he's doing. I'm using the word doing because the job is not done. Doing a great job at that. Now let's get to the question at hand. I actually, when you told me this question, I immediately said, "Man, let me combine three players and let me add them as one, as the three linemen." The three interior line. But I didn't want to do that. I want to answer the question, be in good faith. So I'm going to go with Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett, not so much on the football field, even though he will have impact on the football field. And that is a discussion in there to see who's going to have more playing time. Is he going to be splitting time with Billings? Is he going to be splitting time with Dexter? That's a discussion for another time. But I like the leadership and presence and maturity that Grady Jarrett brings into this locker room. You can tell by the two press conferences the couple of press conferences that he had already, that this guy, he means business. It seems that way from afar. He means business. And when you get guys with personalities like that, especially with this young team that we have, he normally gets followers and guys that look up to him to see what's the next step or what's the next role that they're going to play on this team. I think Grady Jarrett is the absolute most important guy off the field, not the most important guy on the field. That'll be those three guys we got in the interior line. But when you want to talk about team chemistry and team overall, I think Grady Jarrett will have the most impact as a leader on this team, more than an actual play on the field.
And I feel where you're coming from with that. Like Grady Jarrett, when you look at when Billings went down, right? The production of that offensive line, even despite having veterans like Walker and Montez Sweat, even Darrell Taylor, despite having those veterans on that defensive line, the production went down quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
Now, that's on the field. I know you're talking about off the field, which you got to tell from his press conference. That motherfucker ain't going to let shit slide in that line. Like that between him and Dennis Allen and their defensive line coach, the expectations of that defensive line in the locker room was going to be high as shit. But I think also, like, even on the field, like when we lost Billings last season, so much of the production went down. Jarrett's going to be able to bring that. He can play next to Andrew Billings. He can play next to Javon Dexter. I like both, though. I like what we have now there as a rotation on that defensive line. No, we still got Zach Pickens. We still got Chris Williams. I don't know how much I trust those guys going into next season, but those top three, Grady Jarrett, Andrew Billings, Javon Dexter, I got nothing but love for all three of those guys, and I think that they're going to be bringing so much of that pressure from that interior defensive line that opposing guards better be ready. They better be ready.
Especially against the run. We should be better against the run. I think the Bears front brass were absolutely addressing the The Bears' run defense hasn't been this bad in a long time. When you think about the Chicago Bears, you think defense, you think linebackers, you think
Mhm.
stopping the run. And last year, and it started with the Indianapolis Colts game. I was like, oh man, if we could just get them 3 and out, we can win this game. Indianapolis didn't throw a pass. They
Yeah.
didn't throw a pass. They just ran it down a Bears throat. And I was like, oh, this is a problem right here. This is a problem. And it went on to go through the whole season. Now, Grady Jarrett, he will help get that Russian defense together. But let's have the conversation, Jarrett. I think that Grady Jarrett is going to be is coming off the bench, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too.
Yeah, you think so too?
I think so too. And not like he's still gonna play a huge number of the snaps.
Yes.
But I do think that because why you're not gonna demote Javon Dexter after him having what in a lot of ways was a breakout season. The second half of the season was bad for everybody, right? So
Yeah.
he had some questionable moments, but overall the production went down overall on the defense. So, but I don't think you demote Javon Dexter.
No.
Andrew Billings was your dog. Now, if I could see a world in which maybe even Billings accepts coming off the bench for Grady Jarrett,
Absolutely.
so maybe that could be a case, but I still think that Billings and Javon Dexter are going to still be your starters, and Grady Jarrett's going to be that swing D tackle for you, but he's still going to play a huge number of the snaps.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at it also as an insurance policy for Billings. He had the injury last year, and Grady Jarrett is kind of in that same type of form. You know, they big guys and rolling balls who really in there for um uh middle pressure coming straight into the quarterback's face, big guys. So we'll see we'll see what happens. It's a very interesting little discussion, little nugget inside the Chicago Bears franchise. I think you cannot take that. A lot of I see y'all in the comments saying
I see this.
It started don't matter, but started matters to some players. You talking about something? Go ahead, Drew.
I was talking about this one from Keith. He said he's a starter with how much money he's getting. Javon as a D, and they're not moving Javon Dexter to defense.
He's not playing.
They're not moving him. He doesn't have the hand technique. He doesn't have the get off to play defensive end in this league. If they were going to play him at defensive end, they wouldn't have brought in another swing end in Odangbo. It's not going to happen. Like I think you're thinking too much there. There's zero chance Javon Dexter is moving to defensive end.
Yeah, he don't have the talent to play defensive end. That's a different fucking position.
Yeah,
we gotta respect it. Like, bro, you gotta be talented at that position. You got different skills and everything to play that position. But it's gonna be interesting. I love what Brian Poles did in bringing in Grady Jarrett. We talked about the immaturity in the locker room a lot last season.
Mm-hmm.
From the front brass, and also keep the coaches in order too. I think Grady Jarrett is somebody that could keep the coaches in order. He's going to make a big impact, and not it's going to be on the field, but it's mostly going to be in the locker room. I'm going to be watching to see how much the locker room kind of changes. You know what I'm saying? Watch the locker room. If we see a lot of people in the media talking crazy, leadership councils going to the coach. It should be no more leadership councils. That was
I think you still want to have a leader. I'm not mad at a leadership council, but the problem is that the leadership council was the only leadership. We actually got coaches that are now leading because that leadership council looked at Matt Eberflus and was like, "Are you going to do no? All right, bet."
It's kind of like your children, though, Drip. You love your kids, but you don't want to be too much a friend with your kids, bro. And then I think that was Eberflus's problem last year. I know these grown men ain't your kids, bro, but you can't be your best friends with your kids, bro. I hope y'all
see. The thing is, you can, right? But they also have to know that. All right, bet. Like, there's time for the friend shit to end. That's what, like, me and my kids. Like, me and my oldest son is definitely best friends. But that nigga know when I get a certain look, that friendship's done. Don't try me.
Yes.
Don't
see
try
what I'm
me.
saying? See, you got it. I am also the I'm going to recommend. I can recommend you. I'm the father. I'm the boss. Yeah. So I'm with you on that, man. We'll see, man. This is very interesting. It got me excited. I'm actually toning down my homerisms. You know what I'm saying? Because this draft is going to be very interesting. We have the opportunity for a lot of ways to go about this draft. We could go best available. We can standover. That's a Chicago term that we can overdo a position that we need talent in. It's just so many ways we can go, Drip. It's so many ways.
That's a fact. That's a fact. For mine, my pick, and I went back and forth. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I almost picked Olamide Zacchaeus here, only because
Really?
I think him at the slot is going to be a dangerous weapon, but I can't overlook the trenches. Drew Dahlman's going to be, I think, the one that makes the biggest impact. We have been so inept at center for so long, bro. Like so long, so inept at the center position. Yeah. I don't even know if I remember what competent center play looks like anymore, to be 100% honest with you.
You remember Olin Kreutz? That's it. That's it. That's the last one.
So I don't know if I see anybody having more impact just by the nature of how bad the players that we've had at center have been so for the last handful of years, right? Like, just having that. Keep in mind, your center is the guy. He's the only other player that touches the ball every single. Hell, even some plays the QB may not touch the ball if you do some trick shit. The center's touching the ball every single play, regardless, right? So, like, you got to have competent center play, and so that's why I do love that we've addressed the trenches in such a intentional way this year, because we needed every bit of it, every single bit of it, man. I think is what we need. So Drew Dahlman, the leadership that he's bringing. It's funny that we're bringing in two players from the Atlanta Falcons that both are going to have big leadership roles on the trenches on either side of the ball.
Yeah, Drew Dahlman is just an obvious choice. That's somebody that I'm kind of look back. I should have chose him. I'm gonna stick with my Grady Jarrett choice, but absolutely right, Drip. We struggled at the center position. I see somebody put Garza in. I don't think he was.
Garza was competent, but you know what? Okay. Garza looks so good because of who all was bad after. That's why he looks so good.
Yes, that's exactly right, Drip. You are absolutely 100% right. I think we got to see the play first. We can probably, because see, these type of players like centers, you should just get that player and just forget about it that they're so good. You shouldn't have to worry about the center play. You shouldn't have to worry about it. So I hope that Drew Dahlman is that guy that we could just forget about the fucking center position and go on to more important shit like running backs and wide receivers and tackles and shit like that. I hope this is it, that we don't have to worry about the center, because it's been a long time since Olin Kreutz, bro.
With the money we spent, if center is still a concern with the money we spent, somebody got to get shot. I'm just letting you know right now. If somehow the center play is still a problem after this offseason, I'm shooting somebody. That's it. Somebody got it. Just is what it is.
I'm sick of this shit. Why we just can't get the obvious shit right, bro? I don't think any other fucking franchise in the NFL really has a problem with center. Why do we have to have a fucking problem with center? Why? Let's get it straight, bro. Come on, Drew.
I have no idea, but yeah, let's hope everything goes in the right direction as far as this one. I know when we signed him, you had to do your research. Have you gotten a chance to look at Dayo Odingbo's tape a little bit more?
I've looked at Dayo. You know about Roma. Then let's call him Dayo for now.
Dayo. You should keep calling him
Dayo. I've watched him. He looks young. When you look, he looks young, full of energy, athletic. He overdoes it on some plays, trying to be ultra athletic. He just plays young, but you do see a spark, and you do see why the Bears took a chance on him, because he does have some talent. Now, if that talent is going to be reacted this season, I don't know. But it is something there. There's just not, they just didn't pick him up for no reason. He does have talent. I'll give him that. He just plays young.
Yeah. That's 100% fact. Nobody gets blown off the ball better than Shelton Benjamin. We talking wrestling now? You mean Coleman Shelton? This man said Shelton Benjamin. Who the hell is Shelton Benjamin?
He don't deserve to get his name right. That's
crazy.
Right,
my boy went back to the damn greatest tag team in the world, bro. That's crazy. That was a great tag team too, by the way. Shelton had a hell of a run as a solo guy too.
Who was the other guy? Drip. Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin, and started with a C, right?
D'Lo Brown? Was it D'Lo?
No, it was a white guy.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought it was the Nation of Domination. Did you talk about the
No,
Nation of
Sheldon
Domination?
Benjamin was not in the Nation. He came like 10 years after the
Oh,
Nation of
I thought he was a
Domination.
Nation. I just associated because he was black. I'm sorry.
That's crazy. Charlie Haas. That was his tag team
Oh,
name. Charlie
really? Oh,
Haas. Yeah. I
okay,
was
okay.
about to say. But
Oh man.
this mofo said the Nation of Domination. That's crazy. Just lost my whole train of thought. The thing I like about Deo is that it's the dog mentality. It's that the fact that he can play on the interior and exterior and out on the edge is going to be a big weapon for him. It's going to help him play a matter of snaps. But when you look at, I get what you're saying as far as uncontrolled. I completely understand that. But when you pair in the fact that how big he is with how fast he moves, that's just ridiculous, bro. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous, man. So
yeah.
I like him a lot. Have you gotten a chance to look at Olamide Zacchaeus a little bit more? That's the wide receiver.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't got a chance to look Ola
It's been a busy
Mende.
week, bro. You had
Yeah,
shit going on, so yeah,
yeah.
no issues there. The thing I like about him is not even just the speed. I like when he gets the ball in his hands. He's almost like a running back. As soon as he gets
Oh,
the ball in his hands, he moves almost like a running back. And if you get that out in the open field in the receiving game with what we have, and keep in mind you got those two pillars there with DJ Moore and Rome. I think that Olamide is going to be able to come in here and have a huge impact. That's why I said I almost picked him for sure.
so you think you thinking like a third wide receiver with speed will be the sugar in our iced tea to finish like what we trying to mold in our wide receiver group? Because you got a possession guy. Who you say the possession guy is? Rome? Is Rome the possession guy?
I think they both can be possession guys, but you probably say I think you're fair in saying maybe Rome in that case.
Okay, you got Roman is a possession guy. You got DJ as your mid level, and he do everything type of wide receiver. Then you need a speed guy. Is that what you looking
Yeah,
for? Like a speed guy for the
yeah.
third receiver? I'm just thinking about Tyler Scott, and I remember him in Cincinnati. We talked about him when in college during that off season, and all we talked about was his speed.
Yeah.
Um, why Tyler Scott can't be the speed guy, bro?
Because you need more than speed, just speed. Like speed is great, but you need more than just speed. And here's the thing: going back, because keep in mind, we haven't gotten to see a lot of him in actual games, right? So you can't really judge it too much in games. But even going back to kind of like after he was drafted, he's not the best route runner, my boy.
He's
Like
not.
he's just not the best route runner. And Olamide immediately is a better route runner to pair with that speed.
And then when you talk about a speed guy, like let's
Mhm.
think about Beckham Jr. He probably had a bigger route tree, but when you talk about a speed guy, that route tree isn't they don't got a lot of routes that they run. They normally trying to take the head off the defense. They run some deep posts. They run some deep some posts to the back to the sidelines. Maybe if you lower the difficulty of the job, Tyler Scott, like he ain't got to go in there and run like a
No,
bunch of
and
routes.
I'm not down on Tyler where I feel like Tyler still shouldn't get a chance. He had one reception and one target last year. He
Yeah,
deserves more than that, right? It's hard to
absolutely.
evaluate somebody when you target them once, right? But
Yeah.
I think when you look at it, like the problem with Tyler Scott is he always looks where he's going. Always.
Oh, talk to
There's
me.
no elusiveness in that. And that's a big thing as a
Mm,
wide receiver. Like he always looks where he's going. Now, keep in mind, we didn't run a whole lot of slants last year.
yeah.
So maybe you add into that, maybe you can get a little bit more creative there while still keeping it basic. But just go back. Anybody who is wondering why Tyler Scott, look at the route running and then look at where his head is and where he's going. It's always focused on where he's going. He always looking right where he's going every single time.
Damn, that's a great observation right there. And it also telling for Tyler Scott that this big kid that kind of showed off in preseason, he got back on the team and got the play in the game before Tyler Scott. It's just so weird to me. I forgot the big kid's name, but the big receiver who had like a big like game
Come on,
3.
Colin.
Colin, yes, Colin. He came
Colin
in and
Johnson.
he actually got playing time before Tyler at the end of the season last year. which is weird, bro. So Tyler really gonna have to come in and show the Chicago Bears who he is, and he really wants to come get it because he's in danger, bro. Because I do believe the Chicago Bears will draft. I'm gonna be dropping my new projected draft projections
Mock
in a little
draft.
bit, mock draft in a little bit. But I do think that we're gonna draft a third wide receiver in this draft. And I'm looking at Xavier. I'm looking at Tez Johnson. He's a miniature little fucker, but he can play football.
Call that man a little fucker. That is funny.
He is. He a little fucker. He like 160, and that little motherfucker can play football, bro. So it's interesting. Tyler, I think your career on the line this year, bro. You gotta get it together.
Oh, I
man.
mean, for his Bears career, absolutely. Like he could be one of the. I mean, hell, somebody just signed Velus Jones this week, so there's always a chance.
Yeah. Somebody signed Velus?
Yeah, somebody signed Velus, bro. Like I think it was yesterday.
You gotta be kidding.
No, I'm dead ass, bro. Wait, hold on. Let me find out where he go. I know it's in the NFC. Yeah, but somebody signed Velus. I'm like,
Velus got the gift
shout
to gab, bro.
Shout out to him for being able to stick around, bro. But 1 year deal with the New Orleans Saints.
What? Shout out to Velus, bro. You got a 1 year deal, Velus. They looked at your tape and like, sign this nigga. Who the fuck looked at that tape and like, man, let's sign this nigga for 1 year, bro? Who the fuck does that, bro? Shout out Velus, bro. I ain't hating on no bag, bro.
I mean, but that just goes to show you that if you're fast, there's always going to be a team that's like, maybe we can get something out of this, bro. Like,
shit. How could you look at the tape and be like, man, we can fix this? You can't fix that shit, bro. You can't fix it. Good luck, Velus, bro. Good luck, bro. I ain't no hater, bro.
It is what it is, bro. Two positions are a big topic of conversation around Bears fans. I just want to get your thoughts on it real quick. Of course, running back. Of course, with Genty, the pick, the running backs in this draft, deep running back class, all that. And then also tight end. Tight end is one that I kind of didn't expect. And I don't know. I get it that there's a great talent at tight end that could go in the top 10 of this draft. But for me, I think people are really starting to forget how good Cole Kmet is as a receiving tight end when he's actually utilized. But do you think that we see either one of those positions addressed at number 10 specifically? Is tight end or running back on the board for you at number 10?
Absolutely. I'm glad that you asked this question. We just did a mailbag and we talked about a guy because I think the Bears are in position to get best available, and I think it could be Genty or Tyler Warren there. Tyler Warren, I don't care about you, Cole Kmet. I don't care about your feelings when it comes to Tyler Warren. He is a man amongst boys.
He's a monster.
Cole
He's a monster.
You just better step your game up, bro. If we get Tyler Warren, I don't care, bro. I don't care how good you been. Get better, because this kid right here is going to be very good wherever he goes. Tyler Warren, and that's the only line tight end that I'm willing to bring in because we got Cole Kmet. That's the only tight end I'm willing to be like, that's okay.
Now, here's my question I'm going to ask for you, right? Yeah. Are you worried at all that a lot of Tyler Warren's knocks are the same ones that we have in Cole Kmet? He's not necessarily the best blocker. His technique as a blocker is questionable. He gets taken down in the open field sometimes by very smaller players. Now, again, I'm not saying they're the same player. I think Tyler Warren comes in the league as a better route runner than Cole Kmet. I think that's the case. He's a better athlete than Cole Kmet. And I think also, I don't know if I want to say, fuck it. He's probably going to be able to get more yards after the catch than Cole Kmet pretty consistently.
Absolutely.
But do you think that like, because the knocks are the same and those margins, you know what Cole Kmet can be if you utilize him correctly, that could be a knock on getting Tyler Warren, because he's not the best blocker.
He's not. I've seen Tyler Warren do some incredible blocks if you look at his highlight reel or whatever he has. Mm-hmm. I think this is what I think about Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren is a man amongst boys. He loves the game of football. That's what you see when you watch him play football. He's basically the Penn State's only weapon last season. He got gloves like a wide receiver. He hates being tackled. He absolutely loves to inflict pain. He's a mean son of a bitch. He's mean as hell. He's a threat. If he get picked by the Bears, Cole Kmet better be on his P's and Q's. Or we could just make it work. 12 personnel, just like New England. You know what I'm saying? Or we'll let the best man win. And that's all I'm about. We want the best players in Chicago. Y'all don't be sad about Cole Kmet if we get Tyler Warren. Don't be sad. Let the best man win.
I just feel we got bigger things to address than to try to already get a strength. But like you said, we are in a position to get best available. That is the position that the Bears have put themselves in with the way that they've handled this, to go best available if that's what they see fit. The one that I'm looking for, and I know it depends on how things go, because I think you could also potentially get him by trading back. But if Josh Simmons comes into the combine, comes into the workouts, and he's 100% healthy, I know a lot of mocks have him slated to go about the middle of the first round. The only reason is the injury concerns. If he comes in there, the medicals look good, teams are convinced that he's going to be healthy, I fully believe he's going to shoot from being in the middle of the first round to he's a top 10 pick. Absolutely. If the medical's clear in the combine, I think he'll be cool.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I'm not mad at my guy Simmons from Ohio State. I'm not mad at that at all. It's just some flags up. You got some flags, and it's up to you. They're not red. Maybe they're a little burgundy. You know what I'm saying? You got the injury. Are you confident in Braxton Jones? You know what I'm saying? Braxton Jones is, let's just be honest in our evaluations. He's mid. He's mid. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's not trash. He's not ass. So it's up to the Bears. Are you cool with Braxton Jones? Maybe the most important position on the offensive line. He's not bad. Or do you want to upgrade? Or do you take best available? Is Ben Johnson cool with the running back situation in Chicago Bears? I do not think so. We'll see, man. It's interesting. I cannot wait till we see which road or which route they go. I can't wait.
Nope, because we're going to be live right here, breaking it all down and reacting to it as we only can here at Chicago Bears Central. Any last thoughts, Dub, before we get up out of here?
Y'all make sure y'all go check out my man's back in the debate league later on about 3:30. We finna win this thing this year. We winning it. Let's go.
Listen, we'll see what happens, man. I'm very confident about my topics and my angles in this first round. I think that's an important thing. But you know what? This somebody needs to do something like this for football. I love being in a lot of basketball debates and stuff, but you know where I would absolutely cook people at is in a football debate.
We should cook it up. Shit, let's cook it up. Let's make it happen. We might cook it up or something.
Oh, listen, we don't want to be in no Bears debates with no other Bears fans. I mean, Bears content creators, because the only one I got my eyes on is the Tape Never Lies, and I would absolutely murder them in a football
slaughter, Joe. I ain't gonna let you debate that little kid.
Because first of all, it's gonna take them 10 minutes to get out a first thought, especially if they fresh off that beam. So I'm like, don't have me debate no crackheads, bro. Like, you don't want that.
Let's go. Let's sit the challenge out, man. Y'all want smoke? Debate us. Debate us. Y'all want some smoke?
I'll tell you what, right now, the Tape Never Lies.
They don't want no smoke, bro. We offer bro. We put the damn, bro. I just fucking glitch. Fuck it. Go finish the show.
You said I glitch. Hey, I've been there, bro. There's been times where I've been mid-thought and be like, the closer you get to 40, the more your brain sometimes your brain just restarts in the middle of a thought. And you be like, nope, I lost it. It is what it is.
That's exactly what happened, guys. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. I appreciate you guys so much, man, for everything. Thank you for supporting us, man. Shout out to Love Bobby taking care of family business, man. Shout out to Steve also taking care of family business today. I don't know where Big Kev is. He's probably somewhere, eating tapioca pudding. You know how old people do. Love you guys, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Shy Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-242-9336 with your number one spot for everything.